Hello and welcome. Do not adjust your volume. This is the maximum level of Pom's voice. Pom's voice, after 40 years, is finally giving out, much to the happiness of those who know and love me. But welcome back to the selection table. We're here today to do a Peg 23 for Fremantle, a happy hunting ground, genuine for the Blues. Some apologies today. We've got Ian. I infected him with my cold. And Nick from Horizon Finance. I also infected him with my cold. So that might set the rumour mills wandering. We did do a very ancient spell at the end of the game and just rolled around naked in the water. And LekDog evidently is immune to English illnesses. But joining me are two wonderful guest hosts. Sean, do we ever have a full card? Yeah, we do usually. Just this month, everyone's died. Everyone's died. It's all gone wrong. It's like Carlton's list management at the minute. But joining me as always, right? You know, every great show like this has to have a staple. Our own Jack Silvani. So now I've said that, I can't wait to see LekDog be the co-host of Swoop's new rating show next year. LekDog, how are you, my bloody friend? How are you, mate?
I'm well, mate. I have had a date with Swoop, and I'm looking forward to a second date. I'm hopeful, you know, we've got a lot of ties, the Bevic family name, with the Pommyinoz channel. So I'm hoping for the fans that you can find a little bit of coin and keep me around, mate.
Find a bit of coin. Dear. I'll do everything I can to keep you, mate. I'll do everything I can. And my new signing this year, he's like a Zach Williams for this channel, but he has actually got hamstrings made out of muscle. We all know him as the journalist extraordinaire on the Gardener stand, Mr. John O'Baruch. How are you, mate?
G'day, Pom. G'day, LekDog. I've actually not officially, but I have asked to be traded a couple of times this year, but it's been knocked on the head. And I spoke to media last week just to basically reaffirm my commitment to the Pommyinoz channel, and I'm definitely going to be here next year and into the future. So done.
Which means he's leaving, doesn't it? Based on press conferences.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there's plenty to play out between now and the end of October. But on a serious note, I missed you boys. I haven't been here for a couple of weeks, so I've missed you boys. So it's great to be here with you guys again. And I think we're all feeling about the same. Like 4 to go, that's it, or something like that. And Sunday will roll around, and I was like, shit, there's a game on.
Yeah, Pom doesn't know this. I'm actually going to miss the last one of these for the season, so I'm not even going to be there for the big celebration.
Tell me you're joking, because I was actually arranging something for that. For fuck's sake,
I'm not joking. I'm going away early. I'm going to Bali for the end of season celebrations.
You are fucking Carl.
Surely you do it from the
end of season holiday.
Come on, mate.
I mean, actually, that's true. I'm prematurely ruling it out. There's no reason I can't do it from Fins.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I want to see
selection table global.
Do you know what I mean? Hey, only Carlton in chat. Good day. Let's say hello to everyone. We've got the wonderful Sandra, Cosmic Stars, Says, Wayne, Big Sean. I saw Langy in here as well. Caden's in here. Jamie. Welcome, everyone. How are we all? I hope we're all doing really well. The beautiful Julie's here as well. Yeah, we're proper struggling. To be honest, I want to go. I want to go with Tasmos and Lek. We could just do the final show in Bali. I think it'll be good. We'll just do Singer beers and ketamine, like real footballers. Is ketamine still a thing? Probably isn't anymore. For those in the know, let us know in the comments if it's still a thing. But we start, as we always do, with what do we start with? Pom, you've done this before. We start with what we want or what we lack. So chat. I want you to put in, you're going to get to what kind of fundamentals you want this week in team selection going to Freo. Now, before we start this, there may be some selection concerns because a very good birdie of mine and a very in-the-know source tell me that our beautiful boys had a celebration for Doc post-game that went till about 5:45 a.m. Hot mail, that. Hot mail of Uncle Pom.
Awesome. Well, they deserved a celebration.
Yeah, well, they did. Yeah, they did. Like, some of them might have dicky heads. So, I mean, let's go into it. LekDog, what fundamentals are you looking for this weekend?
Fuck, I mean, I'd love to see some fundamentals. In general, I'd just love to see some fundamentals.
Do your job.
Some football fundamentals would be nice.
Football fundamentals.
I mean, if you're expecting super amazing insight this week, until you literally said Freo in the introduction there, I could not have told you who we were playing. So that's where I'm currently sitting. But like, we ask for fundamentals. We're like, kick the ball to a teammate. Kick a ball. Sorry, let me clarify. Kick a ball to a teammate who doesn't have two players already on him. Kick a ball to a teammate who isn't standing flat-footed. Kick a ball to a teammate who's leading into space. Like, pretty basic stuff. That's what I'm after.
Mate, I agree. And we've got the gorgeous Nick Osborne in chat. Hey, look at this from Sean. Collingwood, man. I couldn't agree more with this, mate. Passion for the jersey, mate. Spot on. An open bar. Hey, mate, we had an open bar a couple of weeks ago, me and Nick Osborne, and did I take advantage of it? You bet your ass to a barn dance. I took advantage of it. I took advantage. Jono, talk to me about fundamentals, my brother.
Oh, well, it's kind of similar to what LekDog said, but what do you even look for now when you go to the footy, you watch them play, you know, there's 4 weeks of about not much left that to be gained before the whole joint pretty much gets blown up again, and you're just basically going to see, well, who survives through the rubble. But for now, I said this on Terry's show on Monday night, you're just you're looking for little sparks. You're looking for reasons to get excited. And this weekend's case, flick the game on the telly at 5 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon when it rolls around. You're looking for reasons to actively do that. And for me, it's like I want to see people who actually give a toss for the jumper. It was quite I couldn't get to the game on Thursday night to see off Doc, unfortunately, but it was quite galling just how quickly that game was over. Mm-hmm. And like, even if it was like, you know, that the season's dead and the players are mentally fried and probably physically fried, you would have thought that for the spiritual heart and soul of that group, that game wouldn't have been as over as early as it was. Let's be honest. Hawthorn played the game in second gear, really, from quarter time onwards.
Yeah, mate. I was sat next holding LekDog's hand, squeezing it. He was getting me through it. Do you know what I mean? You know it's bad when, I mean, we spent the entire third quarter just taking the piss out of Terry, didn't we, really, LekDog?
Well, we were trying to make him cry, and we got pretty close. I mean, I felt very uncomfortable. I felt very uncomfortable not sitting in my usual seats because I normally sit in the same seat every week, and I was in these seats with padding, and it was actually quite nice. But one thing that struck me was like it was just quiet, and then me and Pom trying to make Terry cry. And then that was about all that was happening in terms of Carlton support at the ground.
Terry and I did something on Monday night on his show. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but
the blind ranking.
He got me to do the blind ranking of like 10 things that made you pull your hair out as a Carlton fan. They all would have been number one if I had to rank them all properly, and if I gave them all something. But that was something where just sitting through that, I'm thinking like, Tez, you've gone through this and you have like laughed your way almost to the point of crying and collating all this together. It was quite a scene.
Well, I mean,
You're gonna have
look,
to go
I
back
agree
and
with you,
watch.
but I mean, I've got something here. I've got something. So the way we're playing, the way that every player seems to want to leave, no smoke without fire, I believe, right? There's no smoke without the fire. I am one of them guys, but I believe it was, this is going to test it, the Italians in chat, correct me if I've made this up, but I do believe it was Niccolo Mavicelli, the famous Renaissance philosopher. This will go way back, see you listened in European history, but he always used to say that it's better to ask for permission than to ask for forgiveness. So that is what I am asking for the boys today, right? Just do it. Just do it. I don't care if the coaches have told you to roll back. I don't care who's not listening to you. I don't care what is going on in your lives. I want you to go out there and just play the way that you want, that you believe is the right way, without restriction, without fear. Go out there and do it. And should you lose, you lose. Just go out there. And honestly, fuck them. Whoever's telling you to play back pocket when you're a forward pocket, stick 2 fingers up at him on the ground. You hang around Mackay and kick 4 goals. Oh, yeah. Giving you permission, boys. Be anarchy, chaos. Take what you want, and I will back you in. Tatum, I love you, mate, but you have proper got more down as the season's gone on. We need to catch up for a beer at the end of the season. Just have a hug, cuddle it out, and it'll be all right. Let's see what you've said. Watch Jagger kick the ball. Julie might actually be a good tactic for these guys, because I saw the training footage. Poor bloke had 7 in the row, and then they forgot to cut out the shank. Blake Acres did. I don't know if you see it. Blake Acres kicks one, and it's like a worm burner. Fucking brilliant. Contest in pressure. New faces. Oh, Farrell. Happy Go Blues. I like that. Just Farrell. Just Farrell.
I like that.
Just Farrell on
Just
the ball.
Farrell.
Yeah, mate. Farrell.
We want Farrell.
Here's the message one that would pick the Blues. A place fit to perform or fit to play or fit to perform. Sean, mate. Tell you what, you listened to your European Renaissance philosophy. Has Pom got his clock set on London time? Have I? How do you know that?
I don't know.
So confused.
What makes you say that?
Okay. Hey, right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, right, is I think we're going to have Be the Youth. Oh, what have I done there? And I like this last one. Eat Lightning. Pom. Thank you. And Crap Thunder. Yeah. Well done, chat. I think that's good. I hope the club do this before. Well, what we do now is we go on the randomizer. Tell you what, that 10 minutes, Pom's voice has not appreciated that.
Yeah,
Here we go.
You battling, mate?
Yeah, I did. I'm Carlton's third quarter. Oh, we're going to start with Jono.
Going to start with me.
Yeah, we are. There we are. Right, so we go back to this screen. You know what is really hard at the minute is the antibiotics I'm on make my brain work. But here we are, Jono.
Yeah. So firstly, apologies to Zach Williams, because I keep on forgetting that he's on our list and actually playing in our team, and one of the few that are playing well. So whenever I put this team together, just like I did for you this morning in a day's Pom on the train, thinking, crap, I've got to get a team together. I had Billy Wilson in, and I'd forgotten about Zach Williams. So Williams stays in, unfortunately. Very simple. Sard goes out because he was just a shell of himself on Thursday night. Doherty goes out retired, and Akers goes out because, quite frankly, I've seen enough. And if the rumours are that he wants to go back to WA and play at a fourth club, well, off you go, mate. I'll see you later. I'll play Lucas. I want to see Lucas again.
It
before
might
the
be
year
more
is
of a
out, and
case
here's
of
probably a chance that we're going to get. So Lucas comes in, Flynn Young comes in straight back in after his injury, although I guarantee you if he passes through concussion protocols, everyone's favourite player, Francis Evans, will play. And I picked Boyd ahead of Wilson. I picked Boyd ahead of Wilson just mainly because of you pick out Doherty. So Doherty goes out, he retires. It's very simple to throw in Wilson and just play all the kids. But that's not actually fair to all the kids. And I know we've got a decent record over in Perth, and weird things tend to happen when we play Fremantle, especially since mid 2019. Weird things have happened since we played Fremantle. Descent free kicks, a Fremantle home game at the MCG, Jack Nunes, Jack Nunes, Mark Murphy, Harry Mackay kicking 7 goals, 5 in a game as well. That happened. So there's been a lot of weird shit, and we've just somehow had their numbers. But this is a different Fremantle's team, obviously. So I'm picking those three. I'm picking those 2 young boys in Flynn and Lucas, and I'm picking Boyd just for maybe that bit of seniority, and it's a chance for him to get himself up off the scrap heap where he's been all year.
Jono, while we've gone to air, it has been announced Chera and Kerner will not play.
By who?
By Channel 7
News,
AFL ratings.
Interesting.
So who would you replace Chera and Kerner with? I know I've put you on the spot.
Well, Frankie Evans probably comes in for Kerno, and DeConing
I just put Evans into my team.
Yeah. And DeConing plays full forward. I can't remember who commented it before, but someone just said, DeConing not dropped with eyeballs. You're not dropping Tom DeConing when you're expecting to get a band 1 compensation pick for him. If you drop him, well, then St Kilda immediately is like, we are pulling that offer and revising it straight away. So you're playing him until he won't be a Carlton player anymore. And you're making sure you can get absolute full value for him. And did they say what's wrong with Chera?
I don't know, but I mean, it might have been because when I was at the game, I said he reminded me of a point guard in the WNBA.
Yeah.
There was some news in the NBA today.
Don't make yourself laugh.
Yeah. I wouldn't play Hudson O'Keefe just yet. Lemmy's done a hamstring, so they're
it's knee
coming in. Yeah.
So who would you replace? Just so I get your team right, who would you replace Chera with?
Yeah. Well,
it's tough.
Yeah, who's left?
Well, I mean, you drop Sard and Akers.
So obviously Sard will probably play. And how many games has Ben still got to serve on his suspension?
He's got a few.
Shit. Oh, but can we play?
Mate, the available list is very, very small. It's like Harry Charlson, Lewis Young, Rob Monaghan, Jordan Boyd, Shin Cotter, but I think he's actually injured and they're not telling us. Matt Duffy. That's about all the guys who aren't in your team that are available.
Lou Foligno's commented, you know what? Just throw Harry Charlson in.
Hey, tell you what, I thought I was going to be the one who debuted.
Just throw Harry Charlson in. You know what? If you're looking for a reason to go to the footy, there's one. See what he's got.
Jono, any truth to the rumours that Sardi wants to retire, and also is Akers only wanting to go to West Australia because that's the only team that might take him on? Is that what's your thoughts there?
I couldn't tell you about Sard. I've asked a couple of different people and they say, no, nothing to see here. And then I keep seeing some discourse online, and I was like, yeah, he's going to retire at the end of the year. So I'm not actually sure. And with Akers, West Coast are interested in bringing him in, but I don't know about you blokes, but to go through 4 clubs and you're not even 30 yet, what does it say about you as a person? So yeah, that's kind of it. I'm not, to be completely honest with you, mate, I'm not really doubling in that space a lot this year.
That's fine.
So yeah. Look, to be completely honest with you, I'm not sure. Your guess is as good as mine.
You know what? Question coming in from Casanova for everyone here. Guys, can we acknowledge Motlop is about to play the entire season without a real position? He plays more around the ground than Cozzy Pickett does. What the talent? It's funny because we were watching him when Cozzy Pickett played Carlton, Melbourne versus Carlton, and it's fascinating how lazy Cozzy Pickett is in the turn. I don't mean that in a nasty way. I mean it in a real good way, that he doesn't work until he has to. So he he hangs out the back of a stoppage, not very busy off the ball, but when the ball comes his way or it's won back, that guy runs hard. And then you're watching Motlop and you can tell he has been told, as soon as we're out of position, we need you half back. As soon as you win the ball back, we need you half forward. And you can see he doesn't have the engine or the speed to get one way to the other way. And it's fascinating how the two coaches treat them. Pickett, sometimes he's got his hands almost in his pockets. He's walking. Reminds me a little bit of Messi. Messi, I remember Jose Mourinho saying the hardest thing about Messi is he walks. And before you know it, he's walked 60 meters away from you. So you don't actually track him. It's just like but it's part of his gift that he's just walking all the time. So you think he's kind of drifting out of the game, and then he goes bang. Fascinating. Great comment, that Casanova. Yeah, he's going to play the whole year with a role that no other fucker makes in the AFL. But what do you guys think, Jono? Motlop, what's your thoughts on Motters?
What's my thoughts on Motlop? It's interesting. So obviously Ashton Moyer re-signed today. Motlop is still uncontracted. I think he might be one that's kind of bandied around on the trade table and see what they can get for him. Like how many games has he played? Touch over 50 games. When he's played as that pure small forward, he can get himself into dangerous positions. It's just the finishing that really needs refinement, but that comes with craft and uninterrupted pre-seasons, which it seems to have. Unfortunately, just the senior side's gotten zero continuity, so that's probably why he's been thrown around absolutely everywhere. So I think they might see what bites they can get, and that's with zero insider knowledge, but I reckon that might be one of the things that they do. Well, what do you guys reckon? What do you think will happen with him?
Well, I mean, I'll answer the question first around position. I think the fuck thing is that Carlton think that the position he's playing is a position, because they don't just do it with him. They did it with Horatio Fantasia. They've done it with Durden at times. They've done that small forward that roams into the midfield and then also plays behind the ball. So
why do you think Will White's up on a wing on my team?
Shit. By the way, Motlop started on a wing at a couple of different centre bounces last week, and it was just disgusting.
I don't even notice. I wasn't watching properly.
And I think he ends up staying, but he might be one of those guys where they wait and see what the coaching situation is, who the final list of players wanting out is, and then they go, here's your 2-year token extension versus what could have been a 4-year lock you in long-term situation.
Yeah, I think that's the more
given how shallow we are in that space already, the fact that they're not rushing to sign him is interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's going to be fascinating what they do in the off-season, to be honest. I am genuinely looking forward to it. But I like that team. LekDog, we'll make some amendments to people's teams as we go. But let's see who's next. Need to suck up on some probiotics. I need to suck on some mental toughness as well. You know what's weird, Shiny Please?
I have fucking gone last every single show, even when you introduce the random wheel. I am last every single fucking week. And I'm okay with it. But just like, I thought the wheel would go my way some stage.
Yeah, you're really turning into Jack Silvani even more, aren't you? You're now starting to say that there's an imaginary conspiracy about you. I mean, I wouldn't do that to you. Like, so off camera, I did change it just as a caveat. The only addition I've made is Bins and Boyd from my original team. Charlie and Kerno were in it. Charlie and Chera were in it. But we've gone Haynes, Wheater in Charleston. I wanted to debut this week. I figured there is literally nothing to play for now, 4 weeks. So I really want to see this backline take a little bit of shape. This is kind of a protection as well. If we are to lose Jack Silvani, hopefully that is the end of Michael Voss's obsession with playing as many medium-sized twats in the back half of the ground when everyone else is going smaller and quicker. So I figured, let's have a look at it. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a look at it. It gives us an option. Cowan and Holland's back onto the wing. I did like that last week, seeing Cowan take over from Sard high up the ground. I thought he really stood out. Thought he put Blake Acres to shame as well in that quarter where Blake Acres swung behind the ball. Ashton Moyer, O'Keefe, Young as my half-forward line. Real chance now to look at O'Keefe. I'm looking forward to it. Motlop, Mackay, White. I did like White's game this week. We talked about it on ratings, so I won't keep talking about it, but he was a player that I'd like to see have a game and literally have a defined role as opposed to, oh, you're really quick, just be quick. Pitternet, Hewitt, Williams, I do like that midfield line. Binsey, literally, I brought him in just off camera because it was like them or the Irish guys. And I just couldn't do it to
Honestly,
myself.
might as well give them a run at this point. See what they can do.
I couldn't do it to myself. Cooper Lord, Lucas Camporelli was in. Boyd, Cracker, would he play at half forward? To be honest, you know, he's not getting a game in the back line. So in this, I want him to do what Doc did, you know, that kind of bits and pieces player. That was what I was hoping I was going to be able to do this week anyway. With Chera, try and find him somewhere. Durden, he's just the last man surviving. So that means Fogarty, Sard, Akers, Doc, TDK, Chera, and Kerno are out. I can't see Sard anymore. It's killing me. Like at the ground, potentially some of the worst things I've seen with 2 eyes. And you got to remember, I'm old enough to remember when the internet first came out and there was no like editing of videos. So I am the generation that saw 2 girls, 1 cup, 1 guy, 1 wine bottle. So I've seen some things, man. Do you know what I mean? I've got behind my eyes are like a Vietnam War vet. And that is really bad. Doc, obvious reasons, he's retired. TDK, I'm going to sound really harsh, and maybe because I've eaten painkillers before coming on the show, but I'm going to be totally honest. This getting him to 100 games in case he has kids. If he has kids, I don't care. I don't care. Like, who cares? So make a stand, make a statement. O'Keefe, he's going to have to play next year if Boyd plays. I want 4 weeks of... I think this is a perfect chance. Kerno injured. Perfect chance for O'Keefe to literally get 4 weeks of preparation for next year where he's going to have to play forward, have to ruck. So give him them 4 weeks under duress, sink or swim, baby. Outfield some Quessers Jones. They were horrors. They were pixelated porn. It just used to take ages to download, mate. Do you know what I mean?
He just waited until the image had loaded the top half and then he moved on.
It's probably why
people in your audience won't even know what that means. They're like, what do you mean waiting for the image to load?
I'd say it's probably why any 40-year-old's pretty good in bed and has self-control, because you learn to delay your orgasm. because it took so long to download it. Like nowadays, no wonder there's so much erectile dysfunction and stuff.
Instant
It's all
gratification.
instant. In my day, foreplay was just trying to keep your nan out of the house long enough for an image to download.
Keep him off the phone line.
Oh dear. Dear.
I don't have any.
This show's descended in 20 rounds. LekDog, you can ask me a question. Go on.
I mean, not about the football.
God.
It's pretty grim. You know, most weeks we end up with a team and we go, yeah, I can see that. It's feeling pretty grim this week.
Yeah, it's that news that got delivered mid-show about the boys missing is kind of.
I saw your soul leave your body, Jono, when that happened.
It was just like, fuck. What else can happen? Honestly, what else that hasn't happened this year can happen? Carlton.
I say this to Terry all the time. You need to stop using the phrase "it couldn't get any worse." Can it? What else can go wrong? What else can happen? A fucking lot. This is the worst day you've experienced as a Carlton fan until now. That's the only way you've got to think of it. Tomorrow it could be a shite sight worse, buddy. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. No one's been arrested yet. No one's been. Nothing worse has happened.
Nothing. Look,
So far.
At the end of the day, we're all still here. Yeah.
But was there a question in there, LekDog? Or?
No, man. I like it. You're playing Boyd, Carroll, Wilson, and Charlson. Are you just
Billy Wilson
rotating
going to
those
be there
through?
next year?
What's that?
Is Billy Wilson going to be there next year?
You better be.
Yeah. You know what worries me about this is like I don't know if it's escaped your attention, but at the minute Carlton have got more people trying to leave than cross the border from Paris to Cornwall on a daily basis, right? So beggars can't really be choosers at the minute. Like when people say to me, "Oh, you've got to delist Wilson," Lemmy hasn't come on. I'm like, at the minute, we're about to lose a lot of players. Minimum picks coming in. Harry Dean being one of them. Pick 8, maybe.
Sure, he still wants to come.
Yeah, and I was like, and everyone cries about Billy Evans. About old Franny Evans. But if we delist so many people, we're just going to get different versions of.
We're going to end up needing. I said this unironically on X, Twitter, that if a couple of players ask out, you're going to end up turning over at 25% of your list just by way of the guys at the bottom end that haven't worked out, the guys that retire, the guys that get traded. All of a sudden, it's like 10 players want to leave, and it's like, well, you've got to fill those spots with someone. So if they're alive at the moment and functioning, that seems to be the prerequisite for being on the list.
You know what? I saw someone post the other day saying, "I'm glad Sauce and TDK are leaving because we can just throw $2 million at Harley Reid." And I'm like, just when I thought we couldn't have worse list management, you've managed to make it worse. I'm like, don't post it; they might do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking hell.
Don't put the idea in their head.
John, Sean, I want to put this out there. Do I think Bobby Hill will ever come to Carlton? No. It's a dream of mine, but I mean, he's got 3 things going against him, right? 1, he's quick. 2, he's fairly good at his job. And 3, he's a winner. So that probably prohibits him from playing for this great football club. Maybe one day he'll lose his talent and he'll come to the Blues, and that'll be a good day. It'll be good. Cracker, Carlton could do. There's 2 caveats to this, though. The rules are very strict. When you match the bid, it must be able to fit in your salary cap at the time of matching. So you can't just make it up. And 2, the way Carlton's salary cap is, 1.8 would mean you lose Walsh. You probably lose a lot of players as well. So that's why genuinely these bids are, John Ralph is probably the biggest moron who reports this, because he lambasts clubs and then says, "Oh, it's a manipulation of the compensation system." It's not. The compensation system happens to be a horrible situation for offering contracts, but it makes sense you offer more than what they have left, because then you can get the player for free. So
yeah,
so you buy your way out of trading.
Just sidetracking from that, and it's completely taking the conversation away from Carlton completely. Perfect. With the reports today that West Coast will go to the AFL, and in their best Oliver Twist voice goes, "Please, sir, can I have some help?" Do you think they've gotten wind that they're not getting a band 1 compo pick for losing Oscar Allen?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I think
because if they know they're getting two for Oscar Allen, they're not making a peep about this.
Yeah, they're basically trying to set themselves up so that they get rejected for the compo pick, and then the AFL feels pressured to give them pick 2 or 3 or whatever it is for Oscar Allen. Because I don't think they've officially changed free agency compensation. I know they're talking about like taking a look at it, but I do think in the back end they're probably actually tweaking it on the fly and making it harder to get picks. So
yeah, because I know this year the father-son rules, like the picks that you can match on, like the DVI is only up to like picks in the 40s or the 50s, I think now, instead of going all the way to like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, and the discount's smaller too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know my read on West Coast, and I did a video on North today, and I've got a Moneyball series that's dropping where we cover Essendon, Carlton, North, how to fix them using the modern day strategy, and try and explain what teams are doing now successfully. And the teams I've picked on are the teams who are still using the old method. I actually think Eagles are doing the new method, and not many people talk about the Eagles list build was ruined by a combination of Rosa Rawlins, who are now at Essendon and North, and the fact that Simpson was their coach and demanded players of a certain fit to his system. And to buy them players, they overspent. And they were players that had very good kicking skills, because he liked to kick Mark's slow game plan, which nowadays no one plays. And if you do play it, you get battered. So it's fascinating that I actually agree, because I saw someone put a post up today and complain and go, "Oh, but only 5, 6, 7 years ago they were winning flags. North have been shit forever." And I'm like, the problem we've got in the AFL is if you sack a coach, them contracts are written in stone. There's not much maneuverability. So let's just say, we'll use Carlton as an example. Say I'm the new coach who comes in at Carlton this year. And I look at the list and I go, right, I don't need Harry and Charlie. I don't really need 3 Bulls. So I don't want Cripps, Chera, Walsh, Hewitt all at the same club. I only want 2 of them. I'm going to be told, well, you can get rid of Walsh. He's got a year to go. We can get rid of Lemmy because he's out this year. Can't really get rid of Harry and Charlie, though. Can you change your system to play it for us? And that's where we go wrong. Like in the NBA, in the soccer, in every other industry, we can just kill players. And that's where I think West Coast do need a little bit of help, because they've got a load of shit players that don't fit modern day football, but they've been tied up for a long, long time. Where Richmond were in a very good position, so were Hawthorn. Players were retiring or had very good value because they were utility type players.
And Richmond also played their cards amazingly, doing it at the right time and struck gold in a brilliant draft.
Yeah, and people don't talk about it. Richmond were playing in modern day football when they went in a rebuild, so half of their players were good players. Like, so were Hawthorn. Clarkson's Hawthorn play. He's like the godfather of modern day football. So I kind of agree. If I was the Eagles, I'd want an extra pick. I'd want 1, 2. If I can get another pick, 10, 11, would really help us out, change the profile. Because you only need 4 picks to change the profile of a team. So, spot on, Sean. And that's why I'd like to see a cap on contract length, not contract value. Actually cap teams because it would encourage fair trading, but also the teams I've mentioned, Carlton, North, Essendon, are probably the 4 most moronic sides for giving out long-term deals for an average player.
Yeah. Just to answer Kate Wall's question, AFLW starts in about 2 weeks' time. But if Mia Austin or Bree Moody want a game this week, the spot's available.
Did anyone hear dogs?
That's on my end. I don't know what's going out there. I've got 2 grey hands.
Sorry, I was going to say, other voices back.
I was trying to mute, but I was failing. But yes, my 2 greyhounds are losing their fucking mind, presumably chasing my cat.
Back again, mate. LekDog, what do you want to change on here?
Yeah, well, we're going to have to make a few changes here.
Go on.
So, Kern, so I bought in O'Keefe, Wilson, and Binns. I'm also going to bring in Lucas Camporelli and Frankie Evans, so you can just take Chera off the bench for Evans and Camporelli. Akers is going to remain my sub. Not really sure why, just because I don't want him in the best 22, but you could theoretically bring him on and he can impact in multiple parts of the ground in a short burst. I guess the focus of my team is who do I want in this team? And that's the back line as written. I want to see Billy Wilson again. If it's Harry Charleston instead, I don't mind, but I want Billy Wilson in my team. I've brought Binns in to be my wing rotation. I know, again, I think Binns is a player we want on our list. I don't think he's a player that's necessarily your best 22, but if he could be your Jack Nunes 5th best player on the list who comes in and fills a clearly defined role when he does, I'm happy to have him there. Holland's on the wing for me. Sardi, I've done this 2 weeks in a row where I've put him at half forward, and it's just to see if there's any juice left in the orange, lemon, lime. If there's any juice left to squeeze out of him as a connector up forward. He kicks sideways a lot in backline and does the real easy ones. It doesn't really, unless he's going long to a contest blindly, he doesn't really utilize that kicking. But I just want to see if that's role or body. So I've put him into a different role just to see if he can impact. Hudson O'Keefe, I decided about 4 weeks ago on this show, maybe longer now, that I would drop Tom De Koning every week and play Hudson O'Keefe if he was fit. I've done that. I understand. I actually half agree with you, Jono, about playing him just to keep his value up. I don't think we should be playing him just to get his sperm. But Hudson O'Keefe, I'm going to.
He's not going to hit 100 games. He's too far behind.
Isn't he hit it in the last week? Tom De Koning? So. But sidebar, if Zach Williams plays every game remaining, he will have played the most games he's ever played in a season for Carlton this year. Cooper Lord, the intention was to have him to be my extra midfielder. I don't want to stuff around with him on the wing or half forward, particularly with Chair out. Cooper Lord, you are in the midfield this week. Lucas Camporelli, you're my wing rotation. Frankie Evans, you're the best player on the team. And Will White, we wanted to mock you at the game, but you actually played pretty well against Hawthorn. So well done, mate.
I'd like to say that his form has been purely for me. Do you know what I mean? I like to say I am the catalyst of Will White's rejuvenation.
Yes.
Because me and Lek have
some of the offline conversations we had, Pom.
Because we've been having we had a lot of banter this week because every time Chera made a mistake, we got stuck into Ian. Every time White did something good, we got stuck into me. It was it was good fun. All of our hopes and dreams were pinned. Lek, I've got a question, right? With Binnsy. So
yes,
Binns I find is a really interesting cat because there's a little bit of a Lockie O'Brien feel about Binns for me in VFL. And what I mean by that, it sounds like It seems really bad for me to say it out loud, but it just feels like he's gone through the motions. But I think people are forgetting he's still got another year on our list. Do you think this is one with Binsey where we're just going to see it fall out and never play? Or do you think there's a chance that we can maybe rejuvenate him? If Voss went, do you think we'll see a rejuvenation?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Vosky screaming at him in the middle. I think it was the MCG, wasn't it? In the middle of the MCG was interesting. I just think he's the kind of player you want on your list. There's a world where if we didn't have all these other question marks over the list, maybe they look to move him on with a year left on his deal. We've seen Carlton do that with a couple of players over the journey. I still think there's something there. I don't know what it is. I think there's something there. Maybe it's just because he seems to give a fuck when he plays at AFL level.
Yeah, I think it's that.
That might be all I'm asking for at this point.
Well, it's all I want at this point. It's
but if
literally just asking someone to, what did I say before the sport game? Show a bit of effing fight.
Well, if you look at and you're right. So he gives a shit. B, we don't have a whole lot of options. So if you look at our sort of outside midfielders, and I know we've played him in a range of roles. Next year, currently contracted Ollie Hollands and Blake Acres, Lucas Camporelli, and then Jackson Binns is like that's your wing players, really. That's your depth. So you need to find out if he can actually play.
Yeah, you need to find out if he can play.
If Blake Acres isn't playing the club next year, you're relying on Lucas Camporelli or Jackson Binns to play on the wing every single week. Yeah,
and Pom's got a better line of sight on this than I have, but from what I've seen of Lucas in the twos, he's going to be a good player, but he's not ready for that responsibility just yet.
Mate, I agree. I think he's a long-term prospect. So's his brother Ben. Great question from Sean. Would you prefer to get rid of Voss now? When we've been so close, get rid of Voss now and develop youth. Are you firstly Voss in or Voss out? And two, are you play youth now or still play seniors?
We kind of lack the option this year, given the current injury list and the current players who want out and the current, we kind of don't really have heaps of choice in terms of the rest of the season. So, I mean, I'm always going to lean towards playing the youth, but it needs to be the guys that I think have upside. I'm not playing the Irish blokes. And then the Voss thing, I just think we've waited we've left it too long. At this point, there's with 4 weeks left, you bring a caretaker in, nothing's going to change. It's too late to try and change your game style and stuff. So you're literally just bringing someone in to blood young players. And I've got this creeping thought that maybe, maybe there's not a coach out there that they view as suitable. So maybe they're just going to sack everyone else and still keep us, which I think would be a mistake as well. So if I was in charge, I probably wouldn't sack him at this point, but he would have been sacked about 10 weeks ago. But he probably would have not actually been the coach at all this year, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, I think by keeping Voss on and just filling out all the assistants around him, you're kind of kicking the can down the road, maybe just a little bit longer than already. So you're not really actually fixing the problem. And what's going to happen? You're kicking the can down the road, but you're going to crawl your way there with fewer assets than what you have now. You're better off at this point. I was very much in the whole see what he can do without the injuries, and he was afforded that opportunity, I feel, particularly after even though it was mainly self-inflicted, what happened at the back end of last year, to get at least the first half of this season to see what he could do. And that obviously went from already thin ice to freaking shattered after round one. And it just hasn't recovered. And I know everyone's going to say, oh, the soft cap it'll cost you too much in the soft cap and it's another coach and blah, 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 blah. We don't know the extent of what's happened on the inside at the footy club this year. You hear bits and pieces, and other bits and pieces will come out in the press, and I'm sure someone's going to write a nice big dossier of what happened, and it'll all come out in the wash after the fact, and some of it will surprise people, and some of it will not surprise people. But you need to make decisions based on what's going to be for the club, and I've seen it with my own eyes. There's been a few times this year where you can tell, as much as the players say one thing, their actions have spoken louder than their words.
Yeah. I think that's
what is fascinating, what is fascinating with the soft cap is it is reported last year that Voss's extension made him the $1 million coach. So if you go back, this was in the Financial Australian. So there was $6 million. There was $6 million coaches. They were 7. They did an asterisk because Chris Fagan's agreement is he takes all of the commercial cap, and it's not split with the coaches, so he takes a little bit less than his yearly salary. But the soft cap is $7.5 million, and he did that so he could keep the assistants around him. But that was Damien Hardwick, Fagan, Voss, McRae, Ross the Boss, John Longmire, Chris Scott were the $1 million coaches. So it's a big one. It's a big one. But with the soft cap, it doesn't affect it as much sacking a player. It's a big misinterpretation as it is. There is concessions if they have to throw out all the coaches that the AFL have. Things like that. I mean, for me, where I stand, I was open about this last year. I thought he should have gone at the end of the final series. And the reason I say that is, don't get me wrong, there's something very wrong at the club. For Jack Silvani to have a medical, I think you're an idiot, grade A idiot, if you don't think there is something unhappy at the place that would cause a guy of Jack Silvani's caliber and history to even entertain the phone call with Collingwood. That would say to me that that there's something awry in Jack's life at the football club, and he's been there for too long. But take that out of it, the back room, everything else. There's no one on planet Earth that watches Michael Voss set up a team over 3 years and looks at the top 8 sides in the comp at the minute and says it's in any way comparable. And it's obvious Voss isn't intelligent enough to change that. So for me, this Jack Silvani thing is the big flashing light I have been banging on for 3 years. There is something very wrong at the top to the bottom of the football club, and it needs to be eradicated. So, fuck. Part of me hopes that I feel if Jack leaves, there is no way the club can condition the fans. Because if TDK leaves, they'll condition it this way. 1.8 million, it was double the money. Oh, no. They did it with Stocker. Oh, Stocker was a bit of a problem when we had the hubs. He was a bit of a problem. He rubbed players up the wrong way. Kennedy, he wanted mid time. Oh, you can't do that with Jack. If Jack leaves, there's no way any dickhead at that club with their pin dick can have the audacity to look me in the eye and go, we did everything we could to keep him. Right?
Yeah, and I said this on Terry Shaw on Monday night, and I'll say this quickly before we pick the team because we're running short on time. But if it does come to pass that he does go, you pretty much said it, Pommy, but it might just be the thing that makes the club realize, hang on, we've got to get our shit together here. And we've actually got to start treating our people with the respect that they deserve. And, people that we say we care about, people that we say are favorite sons, and people that we want to look after. And it might be the thing that's like, if someone of that ilk with that family history who's loved the club since he burst out of his mother's womb, it's gotten to a point where he wants to leave on his own accord. He's got an offer from Carlton and has got an offer from the archest of rivals, is even been on a date with the senior coach. In Craig McRae's words, if it's gotten to that point and is picking that option over that, then yeah, you've got serious problems. And maybe it might be the best thing for him.
I agree.
Yeah.
And issue I've got though is this off season you haven't got much time.
And I don't know if anyone at the club actually has the skills to fix the problems or observe the problems. Anyway.
It's going to be fascinating. But, I mean, let's pick this team. Chat, you get free picks, man. So you start cranking in your defenders. But I'll start with you, like Backman.
I will save Harry O'Farrell. He deserves to be picked first.
O'Farrell.
Fuck. He imagine if he wasn't playing in the team or playing well. He's about the only thing keeping us going at the moment, I reckon.
I wouldn't watch if he wasn't playing, to be completely honest. I'm picking Jordan Boyd.
Oh, Boyd.
Well, that's another mystery one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Might have to start.
I haven't even heard any whispers about him.
About him every week. Anyway.
Do you know what I mean?
Tom?
We should do it. I am going to save. Oh, God, that backline's AIDS. I am going to save. You know what? Have a bit of halfback Carroll.
Nice.
Chat. We need backmen. We need a fullback, a back pocket, and a halfback, and we also need to select some as well. Chat. Throw in your defenders' names: Akers, Binns, Chera, Charleston. Cowan, Cripps.
Maybe we should probably take out Kerno and Chera, just so people don't get confused.
Yeah, just take them off the table.
See ya. Evans, Young, Fogarty, Haynes, Hewitt, Camporelli, Lord, Mackay, Moyer, Motlop, Hollands.
Charleston, Haynes, Weeders, Cowan, Haynes, Weeders, Haynes, Wilson. Weeders and Haynes are in. And then it's just Cowan versus Charleston. I think Cowan's probably ahead. Yeah. I love Sunny or Sunny. Like, mate, the place is burning down. Charlie and Cher are out. He was like, Wiedering, let's not play him. I love that.
So we got Wiedering, and who else?
Haynes and Cowan. Charleston had a few shouts though, so credit to you, chat.
We are chat right midfield, like
Mark Pitnet. I'm assuming he wasn't subbed for injury.
You never know.
No, you never know. Lord is the Ruck Rover, please.
Oh, beautiful, mate. Well done.
Oh, Lord. Someone bought me like a dad a shot of whiskey.
There we are, lot. I'm going Williams.
Sunday's a fast day too, so I'm going to be breaking my fast on a freaking whiskey watching Carlton.
Enjoy.
This has left an interesting choice for the chat. Actually, I know exactly who they're going to pick. But they're going to pick two wings and a...
Yeah.
Chat, you've got two wings and a centreman. Akers, Binns, Charleston, Cripps, Durden, Evans, Flynn Young, Fogarty, Hewitt, Lucas Camporelli, Mackay, Moyer, Motlop,
Matt Lang, Hock and Pitto on the wings. Love it. Love it.
If David Teague's watching this right now, he's touching himself. Ollie Hollands, O'Keefe, Sard, TDK, White, Wilson. Throw in your midfield lines. We've got Cripps, Hollands, and Binns. Creppa. Campo, Hewitt, Ollie.
Hewitt, Ollie. Cripps, Sard, Hollands. Campo, Hewitt.
Looks like Cripps and Hollands have survived.
Yeah, Campo's gotten a few votes.
I feel like it is Camps.
Holland's Campo.
Yeah, I think so. I
You know
like
what I
there's
like
some
about-
bins. There's some bins love there, which I really like.
You know what I like
Well
about
done.
chat though, and it actually confuses me. They pick players in the right positions.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's bizarre, isn't it, that we are unable to replicate that in
Yeah.
the real world.
Well, Matt Lang nailed it, picking a centre line of Hock, Mackay, TDK. Like that's the best centre line in the history of the world.
To be fair, it's a great tactic actually. With how often we kick the ball aimlessly down the line, like maybe that is the cure.
Mate,
maybe
if they're going to do the hack kick to the wing, at least someone might be there, get his arms out to take a catch.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's the idea. Forwards, my favourite line to pick, LekDog.
Who do you think I'm going to pick, Pommy?
Who do I think?
Yeah.
I think you're going to pick Sard, half forward.
No, I'm going to pick Hudson O'Keefe. I'm not going to risk him not playing. I want both I want Hock and I want Hoff.
Well, guaranteed flag when he's there. LekDog. I mean, Jono.
I didn't actually pick him in my. I did in the end. The greatest player to ever live, Francis Evans, our Lord and Savior.
Chat was too scared to do it. I'm glad you did, Jono. His last couple of games in the seniors have been all right.
His Melbourne game was great until May ran through him accidentally. I can't believe he got suspended for that, but that is a conversation for another time.
Ashton Moyer, half forward. Chat, we need a full forward, a half forward, and a pocket. And your options are they're not great.
Slim.
Akers, Binns, Charleston, Durden, Flynn Young, Fogarty, Hewitt, Mackay, Motlop, Sard, TDK, White.
We've done it again.
Wilson.
Why?
Oh, we've relegated Hewitt to the bench again.
Yeah.
It's because we want to cram our special selections into the midfield. So he always just gets nudged to the side.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's why I have never saved Cripps, because it's like guaranteed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Harry. Yeah. Harry Young.
Harry and Flynn, I think, are coming in here with heat. Looks like it's Whitey.
Good call, Gavin Whelan.
I
never forget.
Boot studders?
I never forget. Do you remember? Do you remember that interview that Ben and Harry did, where Harry was like, "Oh, you can't really forget your boots because we have a player at the club that you just drop the boots in on Wednesday night. He cleans them and takes them to the game for you." And like Ben Mackay couldn't believe it because like they have to take everything with them. And I was just like, that sums up Carlton Football Club, that we actually pay some dickhead legit to just remember the thing that you would imagine every footballer would remember. Your fucking boots. Are they like as if there is a why? LekDog. Sub bench.
Okay. Who don't I hate that's left?
Not very many.
Fuck. So I'll probably get him in. The group will probably get him in. I'm gonna.
I think that's a bit harsh, Yuval. I've got a couple of mates whose kids play in VFL, and I wouldn't insult them.
I'm gonna pick Jackson Binns as our wing rotation.
Jackson Binns.
Although he doesn't play much wing in our team, but
I wanna be Jackson Binns. Mr. Jono?
Billy the Kid for me.
Oh, thank you.
I got you, LekDog. Don't
I
worry.
was pretty confident you were going to save him.
That's why we're friends, bud. We're on the same.
I'm saving Hewitt. Don't worry, George. George, if you're watching, Uncle Pom's here. I'll save
the
it.
three that I thought would get saved have been saved.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Good luck, chat.
I'm dying. Right, so you've got 2 on the bench. Akers,
Harry
Charlton,
Carlton, dead
Durden.
again.
I'll
Go
get it.
Sudi.
Motlop, Sard, TK. So Charlton and Fogg getting saved.
I think chat
Swashbuckling.
understands the assignment with a couple of these names.
Charlton.
I think Harry's in. So that takes the Harry counter to 1, 2. I think there's 3 Harrys in the team now.
For 4, wouldn't there?
4.
Mackay.
Farrell, Mackay, Charlton. Yeah.
So
We don't have Harry Dean yet. I reckon we should be allowed to bring Harry Dean up, to be honest with you.
We should. Doherty.
Who else has been dropped? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Kerno and Chera.
Kerno and Chera.
Well, this is why, when you write it down, this is how we know that there will be no unforced changes because they're never going to make 8 changes.
Can I just say I would touch myself if I saw that many outs. That's your team. Haynes, Wheatley, Boyd, Cowan, O'Farrell, Carroll, Camporelli, Cripps, Hollins, Young, O'Keefe, Moyer, White, Mackay, Evans, Pitternet, Williams, Lord, Binns, Wilson, Uwit, Charlton, Durden. That's beautiful. That's aesthetic.
I'll say it again. Weird things happen when we play Fremantle. So anything's on.
I'll create an OnlyFans and I'll charge 50 cents. And if they do 8 changes, I'll start an OnlyFans Pom. I'll touch myself just reading the name list out. That's how happy I'll be. I'll be that happy. LekDog, if people go to Twitter now and they type in LekDog, what kind of wonderful things are you doing this week? Year in your life? You just tell me about your life, LekDog.
Yeah, well, I'll say this. I'm glad they've removed the ability to view likes on Twitter. That would give you an insight into my life that I'm not willing to share publicly. But what you will see is my latest piece for Code Sports, which is a guide to Supercoach Draft finals, which begin this week for most people. And you'll probably see me retweeting a tweet I've posted like 20 weeks ago that says I'm starting to think Michael Voss doesn't have a very good game plan. I'll probably be retweeting that at some stage this week if I was to guess. And that's what you can see.
I do love you, LekDog, honestly. Yeah, I do love you. You make me happy, mate. I thank you for you being you. You know what, as well? We'll arrange this now, right? Port Adelaide. LekDog, are you in?
Yeah, why not?
Jono,
why not?
Sure. I'll come to the footy with you, blokes.
Come and sit with the gang. We've got like a little gang going.
Gang.
And this is an open opportunity as well to people in chat. If you are in Melbourne, reach out, try and get a sit together. We're all about vibes where we sit. We just drink beer, hang the shit out of each other. We basically laugh at Terry, turn down a 6-figure salary to be a prestigious lawyer, to literally watch Cowan for a living. What a fucking melt. What a fucking idiot. So, Jono, anyway, that's basically what we do. Legit, that's what we do. We just literally...
I'm keen, boys. I'm excited already.
That's how I got over the third quarter. Ian was about to burst into tears because the game was so bad. And I'm like, fuck you upset for? Look at that dickhead down there. 6-figure salary. Only member of his family to go to university. And he's fucking here watching this shit for a job. And he got us over it. So that is the link in the chat to go to the Gardner Sands Substack. Total free content. But if they do give you a little bit of shillings, what will they get?
If they do decide to part with some of their hard-earned, I will be your friend for the rest of your life. And 2, you get access to the full complement and of content that is currently up on the Gardner stand. I unfortunately have not added anything in the past couple of weeks, but I am planning on doing a A tribute to Doherty before they parade him around in the car at Marvel Stadium against Gold Coast instead of in front of what will be, I don't know, maybe 15 people, because that's probably the amount of people they'll get to a Gold Coast game on a Saturday night in the middle of winter, when our season is absolutely dead in the water. So there's that, and you heard a little bit of my the start of my piece about what might happen with Jack Silvani earlier tonight. So there's a couple of things coming. Thank you all for your love and support so far. What do they say? There's always next year, and there will be a lot better for all of us at the Garden Stand.
Mate, it's one way to think of it. There's one way to think of it. I mean, chat, first of all, thank you very much for joining. Massive numbers as well. Can I just say, big shout out. You don't get told this a lot, but can I just say, you guys are always loyal, like whether it's Carlton content or whether it's Collingwood content, Essendon, whatever we put out, you guys always front up. So if you are a Carlton fan as well, incredible. And that's what you should be judged on, not by the win columns flags you've seen. So if you stay when it's fucking tough, because that's what real heroes do. Rest of the week, we have got quite a few pre-recorded things because I can hardly talk, so my kids are enjoying it. My wife probably is really enjoying it as well. So we will be back. Tomorrow you've got a video. I don't know which one will go up first, but you have got a power rankings one, and then that's followed up with a mock draft. We've got the series should start this week, which is the Moneyball series of how you can fix a side in this window, doing it the expensive way or doing it the cheap way. And we're going to go through what strategies the top clubs do and the shit clubs are using. So if you do like laughing at Carlton, like my mate Sean here, he's going to enjoy that one because you can see that. Always, I love you loads. Thursday, we'll be doing the live tomorrow. Friday's game, Saturday's game, and Sunday's game are the schedule this week. And tomorrow, I'm just going to, I don't know, find something that's self-lubricating to eat to fix my throat. So Mrs. Pom might be happy over the next 48 hours. Peace, love, and light, everyone. Make sure you like and stream on the way back out. See you later. Love you all.